Hi, welcome to the Destiny Automation tutorial for Section 2, Cataloging. We will be exploring the following topics: opening the cataloging module, setting up circulation and material types, deleting materials, adding materials, correcting MARC records, and using an authority file for subject headings. Let's begin by logging in, and I have already typed in this information, so I'm going to click Login. And as you can see along the top, we have the different task areas for main topics. We will spend most of our time today in catalog, but for right now we're going to go into the back office because this is where we will set up circulation and material types. Along the left you see the different topics of the tasks. For this task we're going to go into library policies, and you can see it defaults to patron types, and over here on the right we see patron types or circulation types. We want to look at circulation types, so we're going to click there. And now we can notice that there are several circulation types already in here. We have DVDs, ebooks, and so on down the line. So we are going to add a circulation type, and it's very simple to do. We just click on the button that says Add Circulation Type, and we have to decide what kind of circulation type we're adding. For our purposes, we're just going to choose the word periodicals. And from here you can see that we can make some choices about how we want this, how we want our periodical circulated. We could change the loan period. Perhaps we think 2 days is enough. We can give them a grace period of an extra 2 days. And we can also make it renewable if we would like. There are places to put in fine increments and the max fine, and what to do if it's been overdue for a long time. Now we could also decide how we want different groups of people to check out our periodicals, and we can change their loan periods, we can change their grace periods, we can change all of this information based on these groups of people and how long they might need this type of material. Once we've done those things, we would simply click Save, and we would have a new circulation type. I am not going to click Save because we don't really want to add this to our to the Destiny program here. So we're just going to click Cancel and head on to our next section. So the next section we're going to go to is Catalog, and again we just click the word Catalog up at the top, and we can see again we have many different tasks that we can do here in Catalog. I like to call this page my Catalog home page, and it is also a library search page. And if we're going to add one title, and this is a good place to start. We could start, for example, if we think we might already have this book in our catalog, we could just add a copy. We would type in the title of the book, click on the word title, and then we can look at the details for this book, and we see that yes, we already have this book on the shelf, and there's a local copy of one available. And then if we want to add copies to this, we would simply click Add Copies, and here we see all of the information, and anything that needed to be changed we could change, and once we are finished we could simply click Save Copies, and another copy of Caddy Woodlawn would be in our catalog. There's also another way to do this, and if we have a book that is not already in our system, we could click Add Title, and we can add any sort of material here. You see we have a whole list of materials to choose from. We are going to add a book, and we have a lot of ways that we can find it. We are going to find our book by the title, and the book we're going to put in is called The Outcasts by John Flanagan. And now we're going to click Go. And it is checking for the book. And now you see we have many, many books with the title of The Outcasts, or that have Outcasts in the title. It would have been faster if we would have used the ISBN number, so that might be something to remember. For our purposes, we're actually going to use this book, The Outcasts by John Flanagan. I recognize that one. So we're going to click on that. It tells us there are no local copies of this title, and I'm going to check to make sure this is the book I want. And yes, it is. It is a very good book, by the way. I quite enjoy this series. So we're going to just click Add Copies, again over here on the right, and the number of copies we want, status available. It's going to use the next available barcode number right there, or you could put in a generic one. And then you could fill out any of this information that you wanted. Once you've done that, we have other options over here. We're just going to save this copy because pretty soon we are going to delete this copy. So when I click Save Copy, the copy has been added, and let's go see if we can find it in our library search. So we're going to search for The Outcasts. That is the title. And we have our list, and there it is. And there are our details about this book. And since we have it in here already, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the MARC records for this book. And then we will also practice deleting using this book as well. So in order to look at the MARC records, again, we are back here in Library Search, and we are going to click MARC Records, MARC Views, and we can see all of the information that has been pulled in through the MARC records. And if we needed to edit or change the MARC records, it's, again, very simple to do. I'm impressed with how simple it is to do many things in Destiny. We would click Edit Title here on the right, and notice everything went blue. Well, most things went blue. And anything that is blue, you could actually simply click on, and you would be able to edit it. So, for example, if I really didn't like that they said this was a racing book, which to me it's not really a racing book, I could delete this. We have a text box. I could just type in something else or delete it. I don't want to change anything on this right now, so I'm going to click Cancel, but that is how simple it is to change the MARC record, to edit it or correct it. So we're going to do one other thing while we are on this book, and we're going to go back to the title details, and we are going to go to Cite Subjects. And this is where we can add a subject, if we wanted to add a subject to our book. And we could think of a topic that we thought would work for this, and just type it into our search bar. So just for fun, we're going to type in the word sailing, because there is a lot of that in this book. And we're going to say Find Heading, and we can see we have lots of options here, and I would choose Sailing Juvenile Literature, click Select, and I would, and it would be added to this particular topic, or to this particular book. I'm not really going to do that. Well, I guess I'm just going to close this out, and then I am going to show you how to now delete this title. So if we're going to just delete one item, we are going to go to Update Copies here along the left again, and we want to, oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked Update Titles. I want Update Copies. So we're going to delete an individual copy. So I'm just going to type in the barcode number. So I have that right here, and there it is. And you can track as we did if you want to. And I'm going to click Go, and that lovely little ding ding tells me that it has been deleted. So now we're going to go see if it's in here. We're going to go back to Library Search. We're going to type in The Outcasts, which is the title, and if you notice, our title has disappeared and it is no longer there. So very quickly I'm going to show you how to batch delete, and if you notice we are back in Update Copies. We did an individual delete. To batch delete, you would click on Batch Delete. You would have to upload a file that you have chosen with the barcode numbers in it, and then you would click Update, and you would be finished with your batch delete. If we wanted to batch import, we would go to Import Titles, and again, you would need to have a list with the barcode, I'm sorry, not barcodes, but the MARC records, and you would need it in a file, and you would have to import the file through the import titles. If you use Tidal Wave, that would be even simpler, and you could go through Tidal Wave here on the Tidal Wave tab. So very simple to do again. So the last thing we're going to do is we are going to look at using an authority file for subject headings. Now you'd think you'd go to Manage Authority, but if I click there, there's not really anything there, and actually that's the wrong place to go. You have to go to Manage Subjects, and here we see the subject headings from the following sources, which are our authority figures. We have Sears, Library of Congress, and so on down. And right here it says discard the subject headings from the following sources. So they are discarding this. If I click Save, it will discard the subject headings from Sears. I'm not going to do that, but that is how you would decide which authority files you would want for your subject headings. So we have looked at opening the cataloging module. We have set up circulation and material types in the back office. We have deleted materials individually and in batch. We have added materials individually and in batch. We have corrected MARC records, and we have looked at the authority file for subject headings. So we have covered all of our topics. Don't forget to go back and take the short quiz that goes along with this tutorial. Thank you.